was still pretty early on in the episode when we ran into our first boss, and it was Sister Splinter, which was pretty tough, but not as tough as the Widow. We eventually beat the both of them, and we ended up saving Bellhart. We're still here, and we're going to be getting into more boss fights in this episode, along with finding a whole bunch of secrets and stuff. We're going to get things going right now. We're back where we defeated Sister Splinter, and we ran into New. Didn't really get much from her, but we're here in Shellwood right now, since I want to investigate an area that's kind of hidden that I missed last time. And I know I investigated this area, but right here on this wall, we're going to climb up. And this reveals another secret area. We accidentally died on that spike, but it's all good though, since we're still here and we collected the shard bundle. Now I decided to go back to Bellhart right after that, and we arrived in the Bellway station. Now inside of here, I kinda thought there was a breakaway wall, and there definitely was. Now before we go down here and investigate, I kind of feel like I want to go back up there and start a promise that I seen the last time on that board. So we're going to be climbing back up temporarily. And let's go ahead and inspect the board. We got the Wayfarer, and the promise has begun. So we have to fulfill that promise. That's going to happen a little bit later on. As for now, we need to investigate what's down there. So we're back here just hopping down. And I'm hoping we find something good down here. Nothing's on the map neither. So we're kind of doing this blind. And we found Bellhart, which was kind of grumpy. Didn't really have much to say. Apparently they noticed the strings were cut. And that's about it. Let's go ahead. Okay, before we head down, we found ourselves a whole bunch of rosaries. Going to be collecting that. And now we're getting attacked by this thing right here. Okay, we need to heal, but we ended up dying. So we're back here again. Have to take care of these things before we can break our cocoon. Knocking those things into the spikes. Kind of did the trick. And we broke our cocoon, allowing us to heal a little bit, which we needed. Another one of these things. This is the thing I like about the Reaper Crest. Like, it produces all these light balls and everything that gives you strings and stuff. Sometimes it does get kind of tricky since you're getting attacked and all that stuff. You don't have the time to be collecting everything, but overall, I'm liking it the most. Especially the downward strike. You're not like diving or nothing. You're doing a slash, which means you're not moving much. When you're trying to actually navigate places, that's important. Because a lot of the times, the other crests, it leads you to actually land on the spikes and stuff like that. If you're trying to do a downward strike and it's just diving downward at a diagonal. Now that way, you're just dying. Like most of the time. Like for me at least. Alright, I'm starting to ramble. Let's just go down here. And we just got immediately hit. And we also luckily avoided those spikes. Let's break through this wall. And that just leads us down here. And let's head out. Well, we're not climbing back up. And we're here in the Marrow. we actually decided to travel to Shellwood since we gotta fulfill that promise now. And along the way, we found ourselves Pond Catcher Reed. Before we got a chance to talk to him, that guy attacked us. He didn't really have much to say anyways, so we're here and we're gonna be tracking Tipp, which is somewhere around here. We just have to keep following this trail, which was started after we hit that pile of treasures or something like that. Either way, gotta jump up here and then hit that pile of treasures again, which starts another trail. We have to follow it. But now we're running into one of these pond catchers, which annoy the living hell out of me. I don't like these things. Like their spears, they keep tagging me with those. And that's why I hate them out. They're deadly accurate too. Like you'd be thinking like you could just avoid that. Nah, it's not even all that easy sometimes. Especially with these pond skippers right here that seemingly have disappeared. I don't even know where they went. Maybe they went underwater to go to the bathroom or something like that. They'll be back. Trust me. Okay. Got tagged again. And like I said, I'm only down to 2 alien heads, man. These things are my nemesis at this point. I feel like. I really do. Like, I've died to those things more times than I'm willing to show. Alright, we just got some life back. Filled up that silk wheel. And another one of these pond catchers are here. I'm honestly feeling like I have some sort of vendetta against these things, and they all need to die. Like, it doesn't know yet, but it's coming. Especially with his lifeless eyes looking at me. Makes me angry. Oh, hold on. There we go. Kind of did a kamikaze attack. Took it out while Hornet got a little bit of damage as well. But she survived that, and we need to go ahead and set another one of those trails. As of right now, I have no clue where to go. Alright, got some more life back after filling up another one of those silk wheels. Hopped up here. Let's do this again. And we're going to give this another shot. I'm guessing that's Tipp's silhouette. Kinda seems like it. Alright, let's hit this thing. And we're tracking this trail now. Which brings us here. Okay, this is having us loop around. Let's just follow the trail exactly. Like maybe it's going to be showing us where he is without us dying. Okay, another one of these piles. That enemy went away, which was good for me. I don't even need any shards anyways, which is the only thing I get from taking one of those things out. So sometimes I just don't even take it out. It's just how I feel. Like, why would I? It's just a waste of energy. Alright, we're getting close now. I'm hearing Tipp. He is over there scared as hell. You have to take these things out and save the bug. Here he is. We saved him. And after that, we have granted the wish. And it looks like Tipp is heading off. We're going to be checking that store out pretty soon and seeing what changed, but we're currently in the Moss Grotto since I've been wondering what was behind this door ever since the beginning of the game. And since we gained the needle in, we're going to be using that right now. And it just opened, so we're stepping inside and seeing what this place is all about. We're in Weavenest, Atla, and that thing looks crazy as hell on the roof. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be providing us light. Doesn't really seem to be an enemy. And what's this? Some sort of switch? It doesn't seem to be activated, but we can take a look down, which doesn't really show me anything, really. You know, I'm seeing these lights. Are we supposed to hit them or something? Okay, we hit one of them. I'm hearing some sort of noise. Nothing else is happening besides that except now. We seemingly have activated the light in this place, so it's good since we were kind of blind. A rune depicting the Weavenest. We definitely want this map, and that beats finding Shakra. And it's also convenient too, since it doesn't cost us any rosaries or anything. That seemed to have activated the switch then. Maybe we needed that map the entire time. More than likely. Let's go ahead and break this wall. And we found ourselves a breakable wall. Another one which leads us downward. A whole bunch of breakable walls now. Let's see if there are any more, and there's none. And we end up talking to this being for a little bit, which seems to be a prisoner. And we learn that her name is Eva, and she is wanting some insight. So we're allowing that. And this gives us a brand new crest. Evolve the Crest of Hunter. Strike enemies repeatedly to build focus. Once focused, needle attacks will be stronger, basically. So that's good to have. The only bad thing is that we have to actually redo the compass and everything again. As you can see right here, we can't really use our compass or anything. Except now. We found ourselves a freaking bench. Kinda happy that we found it. Now we can do this. Straight pin, Druid's Eye, and the compass. We're not going to be unlocking any extra spots or anything. I'm not really sure if I'll like this thing or not at this point. So I think I'm good with all these. Let's take a look. I have the Reaper a lot more set up as far as crests go, but I'm actually trying to find myself a hidden area right now. And I'm seeing on the map that there is one area that's a little bit higher than this one that we're at right now, but there is also another hidden area that I'm actually trying to find, and it's close by. So we're going to be heading down this way. And then jumping into water. And look at that. We found ourselves a little secret pathway, which leads us to another pathway. And I don't know what's in here. Well, there's breakable wall. We just broke that. And I'm feeling like we're close to what we want to find here. We're definitely in the right area. Let's go here. Okay, I don't know what this thing is, so we gotta get out of the way. Well, I did a terrible job getting out of the freaking way. Let's heal. Try this again. And we ended up fighting this thing for a little bit. Didn't really work out. Came back. We're here now, since obviously I died maybe like a couple more times after that. But we're still generally in the same area. Just lower than where we were when I died last time. Okay, we're getting hit up by this bug 3 times in a row because for some reason I was just terrible there. I have no explanation for that. But eventually we got out of that. Took those enemies out. Investigating what's down here. Accidentally took that thing out without it even being a threat. And I'm not trying to deal with another one of those things at this point. Okay, let's take these guys out. Hopefully I can get a full silk wheel from doing this. And we just did that. So let's heal and continue this way. Seems like we have to make a pretty big jump, so let's go all the way back around. Alright, we made it happen this time. Let's break through this wall. And it looks like we are going to be fighting Boss Mother again? I mean, I know I've seen those things before. We ended up dying our first try. It took a little bit. But there are big changes from this Moss Mother compared to the first one we faced at the beginning of the game. You're going to be seeing that pretty soon, but it starts off pretty standard. Like, you just have to jump over her diving attacks, hit her with some of your downward strikes, but here is the big difference. She brings in what seems like her clone or something like that, and we're going to have to fight both of them at the same time. Now, while that's happening, you're going to be seeing little bugs drop down from the ceiling, which is going to be complicating things. Now, the best strategy for this is to just get to a place where you have an opening where there aren't Moss Mother or something like that, along with any bugs that are in that specific space. Now, you want to stay there until you have a chance to either get an attack in there while they try to kill you, or you have a chance to heal. And you're going to be taking out those little bugs in the process, since if you have enough of them around, it's going to be an issue. You could use silk moves, but that's going to be taking away your silk when you need to heal. When they dive attack like that, you're just basically fighting it the same way. It's just with 2 of them around. When you dive, attack them. You have an open space, you do what I do and just float a little bit until they pass by you, and then you dash out of the way. Now they're trying to come at me at the same time. I just jumped up and tagged both of them with a downward strike. This is why I like the Reaper Crest instead of the other crest, since the diving attack that happens when you do a downward strike, it just doesn't work for me in my playstyle. I hate it. So more than likely, I'm going to be sticking with the Reaper throughout the whole entire freaking game. And I'm not ashamed of it. Alright, we're getting pretty close to beating these two bosses. That's what I consider it. You're not fighting one of them, you're fighting both bosses at the same time. So they're getting pretty close to me right now. I had to dash into an open space like I was mentioning in the beginning. It's a good strategy, especially right now. I'm liking it when they both attack at the same time, since you can get an attack that hurts the both of them at once. One was diving, had to jump over it. Couldn't avoid that moss mother that time though. So that bug, we're just going to be repeating this. Now, while you're doing all this, there's stones. It's pretty easy to watch out for them. I didn't mention that before. I'm going to be doing that now. You can just watch the smoke come from the ceiling, and that should let you know where they're going to be dropping. That's what I would call it. I guess you could call it wind of some type, maybe dust streams or something like that, but that smoke just got full silk wheel along with life bar. Actually lost a little bit of life there, but as you can see, when they dive down like that, you can get multiple attacks in there sometimes. We took one moss mother out. This isn't the end of the battle, since you have to deal with the other one. This is why I'm saying that you have to fight both bosses. Like, if it was just one boss, then if you defeat one of them, then both of them will be done in. But that's not happening right now. This is it. We ended up defeating the moss mothers and collecting some of our silk back. Something dropped down, let's take it. And we got ourselves a Weavelight, which increases the speed of silk regeneration, which is going to be hella useful in the future. We just switched that out when we got back to the bench, and we're still here. Let's just continue that way. I'm trying to find some sort of hidden pathway. I didn't find nothing there. Not trying to hit up yet. Going to be climbing this wall, and there seems to be a couple platforms here though, so I'm assuming something might be behind here. Jumping over that. Okay, we have to get away from this thing. Didn't know it was here. Now we have to take it out slowly. This thing rolls around like a ball for a little bit, and you have to be aware that it's going to be coming back like twice before it stops. There's once jumping up here, rolls around again, and it's going to be coming back. This might be the slower way of doing it. So I'm probably going to be trying a different way pretty soon. Hold on. Gotta let this thing roll first. Alright, let's head down this way. We're going to be getting multiple hits on this end. Got 2 hits there. It's going to be coming back. Smacking it. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to end up running into that thing, but it happened. Got one more strike in there. We're going to repeat this process until it dies, which it just did. Let's hit up here. And there's another one of these things. Is it guarding something? Alright, I'm seeing this thing glowing, and the only way to get there would be to go all the way back up here, take that thing out, and then just jump down. So that's my plan. Hit that thing once, we're just going to take it out slowly but surely. It's going to happen. I think a couple more hits, maybe. took it out. And let's hop down. And it didn't tell us what we got. Let's take a look. Doesn't have anything to do with Crest nor items. At least here. Let's look through all this and see where it is. I don't see it there yet. Taking a closer look, it's finally here. Got ourselves a Spool fragment. And it says once completed, it'll allow one to hold more silk. So we definitely want that. And we're still in the Weavenest Atla. We're just here now in this location. And jumping up, we seem to have found another secret area. Alright, where is this thing leading us? We could go up or we could go down. And I'm thinking I'm going to be heading all the way down and inspecting this. This low her gaze escape. Prepare, sisters. Weave hope anew that we might break free this accursed web born of our naive foundation. That's a whole bunch of things to say at once. Let's go ahead and go this side, and we seem to have found ourselves another breakable wall, and we accidentally landed on those spikes. It's all good. Did it again, and I don't know where this is leading us, but we seem to have found ourselves a brand new enemy. This thing is kind of crazy. It's just waiting for us to come by and then attacking with its blaze and everything. Well, we took it out, which is added to our buck, but we just got attacked twice there. Thing almost took me out. Got to fill up our silk wheel so we could heal, which we just did. Let's try the skin. That thing came back down. That thing is hella fast. It just tagged me right there. Hella annoying. Hold on. I want to take this out eventually. And we finally did. Don't need those shards. And this place was actually pretty annoying. I ended up dying here multiple times, but here is me and Hornet coming back here and actually dying again. But it's fine. We still have 3 alien heads. We're going to be doing it this time. Eventually. If we ever make it across this freaking thing. It's kind of tricky timing these things, since sometimes it seems like once you get there, the lava streams just appear. But we've got across there, we're jumping up here. And as you can see, we died here before. We got our cocoon back, as well as our 4th mass shard. This gives us 6 alien heads. Got out of there. And we're going to be investigating the rest of this place. Jumping up here, there is definitely something hiding. Let's pick it up. And we got ourselves a Rune Harp. Now we're here at the Marrow. And I was here before, but I didn't really investigate this place all the way through. Now we're going through this pathway. Nothing's on the map. I would think we would get some sort of shards from this. Nothing's dropping down. So let's just keep running. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of ants around here too. Like hell of them. Well, we seem to have found ourselves a brand new level with the Hunter's Marsh. I knew there was something weird about seeing hella ants around here when usually we would only see maybe these type of ants. Well, took that thing out, had heal, backed up 6 healing is, and there seems to be a flying ant coming at us. Just took it out, and what is up here? I'm feeling like something's hiding. Okay, before we go up there, I want to check out what's on this side, and that seems to be going towards maybe, yeah, some sort of pathway. Well, we got attacked by that flying ant, got knocked down into the spikes. We finally took it out though. Before we go in there, I want to go back and actually check out what they're hiding up there on the other side. So we're doing that, bouncing off, I don't know what to call those things, but we just freed another one of these mop-headed creatures again. Thing made a noise and just flew away. So, I don't know what that is. But let's just go through this pathway and then hop up here. We found ourselves some rosaries. Gotta grab some of these. I'm feeling kind of broke on this game a little bit later. Like, I've been wanting to buy a whole bunch of stuff at stores. It's just that we don't have too many rosaries most of the time. Like, we could, but then we start dying and all that stuff like that, and then we lose all of them. Especially during boss fights and stuff. Well, we gotta take care of this guy, which we just did, and collected some silk from that. Okay, that's kind of crazy. The ants here take away their dead. And it just disappears into the ground like that. Kind of disturbing. Alright, let's just hop over here. Something seems to be glowing. Got free it. And we found ourselves a rosary necklace. It's worth finding. Those things are worth like 30, 40 rosaries or something like that. Something like that, I don't know. Forgot the numbers. Don't quote me on that at all. I'm more than likely 99% wrong about that. Alright, we found ourselves a new enemy. For some reason, I feel like taking out everything here. And we're up to 61 rosaries. I'm hoping to add more. We just came from there. Gotta keep going this way. Gotta take out this ant. I don't know why, but I did it. And we got some shards from it. Time to fight this guy. Getting a few air attacks on him. I've been using that downward strike with the Reaper Crest like that for a little bit now, where I'm just bouncing off their head with the downward strike. It's one of the benefits of using the Reaper Crest. I know I mentioned that already, but why not mention that again? I mean, it's a useful thing to know. Found ourselves a room here, which more than likely means some sort of boss or a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet. So this gauntlet was actually hella hard. We died, but when we came back, we're still in the Marrow. Just before going into that entrance, but look at this. Look at what we found. Seems to be another bench. And I don't know who this guy is, but he's Loddie, which we just found out right now. We got out of there after he told us about a game that we could play, but we decided to hold off, found those rosaries, and now we're back here. And I'm not gonna lie, I did lose here plenty of times. It starts off like that with this I guess, upgraded ant warrior or something like that. I don't know what to call him. But it starts off with one of them, which isn't too bad, but then things start going pretty crazy right after this guy. Well, there is one more stage after him, and it's not too bad, but then after that, they start sending the big guns, and things start getting real. Just took that ant out. Here comes a couple of flying ants, which is one of the easier stages I was telling you about. Now here comes the big guns. I don't know who that is, but that's a brand new bug that they introduced in this Gauntlet alone. Not at another part of this level or anything like that in this Gauntlet. Down strike, just hit it, which is actually a great opportunity to hit this thing. It does 2-hit attack too, along with mostly chucking spears. It's a pretty hard enemy to deal with. Now, when you have to deal with other enemies while this thing's attacking you, that's when it's hard. Taking it slowly, attacking when I can. And I just took that thing out. Now we have to face 2 of these things, which isn't too bad since I'm just bouncing off them. Which also allows me to avoid a lot of their attacks too. As you can see, they're still striking while I'm bouncing off their heads like this. Now we're gonna have to face these 2 guys. This is going to be the last stage of this thing, but it's tough though. I mean, you can see it. One's throwing projectiles all over the place. The other guy is just rushing at you, jumping, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. We got it covered, air and ground. Just had heal. One of the rare opportunities I was given to heal too. Just bouncing off them as much as possible. It's not always doable though. Okay, got hit again. Got another full silk wheel, which allowed me to heal, but then hit by that spear. Still good. Just took out one of those ant warriors. One more is left. Avoiding that spear. Don't strike. Just doing a pogo stick attack on it basically. Several attacks in a pretty short amount of time. And we finally took them all out. And it just opens the door. It doesn't give us anything. Like, I was thinking we would get something, but nah. Alright, let's jump up here. We have to take care of this. And before it kills us, this is like a little mini tank. Alright. Silk wheel. Back up to 6 alien heads. That's what I call them. I could call them hornet heads and all that stuff like that, but they don't really resemble a hornet's head. Or at least mask or whatever you want to call it. Alright, we're jumping up here, which was probably not the best idea. Since there are 2 ant warriors up here, we're going to have to face both of them right now as they're trying to throw projectiles, flip, do all sorts of stuff. Teleport. Killed right there and got hit by one of their projectiles, which was great. Still not willing to get taken out though. Knocked one of them off the platform. There's one here. This allows me to heal. Where's the other guy at? Still down there? Alright, let's go over here. Okay. Trying to see what is in this area. And the only thing that's in here are shards. Well, it is what it is. Let's keep going this way. Okay, we're setting off all sorts of traps. We're healing hella now. Those are like giant bear traps and stuff like that. I don't know how many there are in this level, but we've ran into quite a bit of them. Should I investigate what's on this side? Alright. I think I remember this one too. Yeah, we're in the deep docks. I was wondering about that bone gate a bit ago, and now I have my answer. Finally found the other side of it, hit that switch, and now we have a way to come back here when we need to. And we finally found Shakra too. Had a quick talk with him. Right after that, we got ourselves the Hunter's Marsh map. And there is also a new item, Hunt Marker. Red Hunters. I don't know who those are yet, but I'm thinking we should get it right now when we have a chance. If we start dying, we're going to be losing all those rosaries and all that. And he's doing his usual. He just told us that we bought out the shop. And as you can see on the map, there is an area here that hasn't been filled in that I want to investigate. Ride this wind, which brings us up here. Okay, we're breaking that bug free. That unfortunately has already deceased, but we're going to be going in here. And we have found the Chapel of the Beast. There seems to be another one of these bone gates. Can we get up there from here? Doesn't really seem like it. Run that wind again. Going over here. Getting tricky. And we're riding this one. Alright, let's keep going up. Alright, do we have to jump down through that? Looks pretty crazy with all the spikes and all that. Alright, let's jump. Okay, we died a few times. This one we actually made it. And when we made it, this thing broke out of his cage. Now it's trying to kill us. Backing up a little bit. And we finally got it done. I was hoping we could fill up our silk wheel, which we just did right there. That allowed us to heal again. Back up to full life. This thing seems to be, well, it didn't seem to anything. It broke out of his cage. Let's take it out. About to get got. That just happened. And we just had to die on those spikes. But we made it all the way down. And we're going to be using that switch pretty soon. But we found ourselves a brand new boss with the Savage Beastfly. This thing was the hardest thing that I've ever faced, but we finally activated that switch right after we lost our first time. This is another thing we found, which was a bench. The thing about this bench is that it's a trap. Watch what happens when we take a rest. It activates the switch, that bear trap comes down, and it tries to take you out. Now we're back here trying to beat this Savage Beastfly, and I learned a few things. During this entire process, when it dives down like that, it's pretty easy to get your head in there. Like before it lands, you just hit it once, a couple times. When it's diving like that, depending on where it is, you can't hit with an upward strike or downward strike. There is one thing that's tricky about its ram attack, is that if you jump, sometimes that thing will follow you to exactly where you had jumped, and then it's going to rush you at that point. Just barely avoided that thing when it was trying to kill us. Now we have to deal with these little insects that come down. But the good news is that, as you can see right there, with this downward strike like that, sometimes you can lead those smaller enemies towards it and it'll get smashed in the process. That's like the only way to make things a little bit easier. As far as the boss itself, the Savage Beastfly isn't easy. So we just hit it a few times, got dizzy again. Just dropped down a little miniature version of itself, and it also took it out at the same time. Not healing immediately, just using very calculated heals. Because sometimes it's going to be coming at you. Well, it's not going to be even sometimes. Most of the time when you're trying to heal, it's going to be coming at you. So you're going to have to actually find a place where you're kind of safe. Like when you're bouncing off the enemy, I could have healed there. But I chose to heal right there when I was basically at the ceiling. That was the only way I could do it. Okay, we're getting hit quite a few times. I'm determined to beat this thing though. Alright, just coming at us again. Got a couple attacks. Using it to kill its foot soldiers. And we're down to one alien head. Luckily, we had a full silk wheel that allowed us to heal. Just keep hitting it while collecting all this since we need the silk. Got the silk wheel filled up. Now we have to avoid that thing trying to crush us right now. Got dizzy again, which gave us an opportunity to heal and get a few hits in there. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a jam right now. Alright, let's try and crush this again. Let's get some hits in there. And we actually did it. Now, this is the thing that's crap. The enemy right there killed us right after we took it out. Like, I don't know what that was all about, but we're back here now. And we can actually claim our prize. Let's bind. And it looks like we got ourselves bound the Crest of Beast. Tear foes with savage slashes. Find to enter at wild fury and steal life from prey. We're going to be testing that out right now. We just got down from where we fought the boss, activated beast mode, and that thing was pretty nice. You have to attack an enemy to get life back too, but we're back here to speak to Loddie, and we're going to be paying the 25 rosaries price. And we're going to play this game. We got to hit the target 15 times. There's the target. Hit it once. I didn't know we only had 3 tries. So we quickly lost that one. I don't know what to say about that. I'm kind of embarrassed by it, but I'm hoping to play that again the next time. We just have to keep getting rosaries though. Because of that, this might be one of those end-game things. I'll come back with hella rosaries, play it hella times, finally get it eventually. But besides that, I'm going to be moving on and trying to see if I can find a brand new level, since that's the only thing left at this point. I think I found everything in all the other levels. I mean, I could take one of those promises again, but nah, I ain't gonna be doing that for a little bit. If you like this episode, I really would appreciate that like, subscribe, and even slapping that notification bell. Want to thank you and everyone that subscribed to the channel. Until next time, I hope you have a good one. Peace out.